So yeah. So what is class? Not HTML. So here programming language. Oops. So in C++ we are going to see class. So what is this class is going to do? Okay. Just comment it. Tag. So before that, just we will start it. No. So here, so class, just assume it is in class. So one more, I'm just taking. If it is class, so here I am able to type. So if it is class, I'll try to increase it. Class. Okay. So what is this class is going to do? Let's write it on the- Okay. Okay. Let at least this one. So here, this is an class. Okay. So from this class, I'm going to create, using this class, I'm going to create an object. Okay. So then this object, we are calling it as instance. Instance. Okay. So it is an instance. This is an class. So class will be act as a template in classical way. Okay. In normal classical object creation in OOPS. Okay. Class will be act as template. Using this template, we are going to use, we are going to create multiple objects. Okay. So those are nothing but instances. Okay. This particular process is nothing but instantiation. Whenever we have created instances or else objects from the class, this process is nothing but instantiation. Okay. Similarly, in JavaScript, whenever we have created an object, an object. Okay. So for every object, irrespective of data type, if it is number, array, strings, objects, whatever it may be. So irrespective of those data types, that object will be attached to prototype. Prototype. Proto. Okay. So what is this prototype? Prototype is also an object. Okay. Which will holds multiple methods. Okay. List of methods and properties of that respective object. Okay. So suppose just assume you are created an array in our so JavaScript code. I have created an array. Let array is equal to 1 comma 2 comma 3. Okay, so just I have created an array. So the JavaScript is going to attach a prototypical object for this array variable. Okay, so if it is not attached, we are not able to use this list of methods. Array.pop, array.push, shift, unshift, length, concat, then again slice. All these things are coming from the array. Just run it. Array prototype. So that prototype will be created by language itself. So array. So tab enter on this. I saved it right. No. Array enter. See, I have just got that particular array. So now open. See, prototype has been attached to this respective array. So what is this prototype will contains? Concat, constructor, see, filter, find index. So where we are going to see this all methods. So this is push, reduce, reverse. We have discussed almost these methods, right? So these methods will be just wrapped inside a prototype. That prototype will be attached to our array. Okay, so not only for array, if you created any variable, okay, so if it is number data type, so this number data type, sorry, number n equal to 10. Okay, for this number data type also, there will be a method ended n dot to string. So what is this method is going to do? It is going to convert into string. Okay, similarly, if it is string data type, if it is string data type, so we have already discussed this method number string. Okay, so or else parse int, parse float. Okay, so where we have coming from this particular methods. So whenever you have created any data type, so it will be attached to prototype. Okay, since it will becomes as object. So that is the reason in JavaScript everything is an object. The number is an object, string is an object, array is an object. Okay, so like this, it is going to attach to the prototype. If you created 100 number of arrays, 100 numbers of arrays. So 100 arrays is going to get same methods, right? Same methods you are going to use. So if I created let array equal to so 1 comma 2 comma 3. So then again let array 2 equal to, so here I am going to create so India, so Germany. So like this, if I have created n number of arrays, all these arrays are able to perform that particular method operations, push, pop, all these things. So how it is possible? The language itself, it has been created one prototype for an array. Okay, one prototype for an array. So those that respective prototype will be attached to this arrays. These arrays are creating from the array instance. Okay, just assume like this. So these arrays are creating from array instance, which is already created. Okay, so if you have just created new array, so it is going to create new array, right? So object, sorry, array constructor way. Okay, this array constructor way, this is literal way, initiating. Okay. So just remember this syntax. Let array equal to new array. Even though if we are passing here values 1 comma 2 comma 3, so what will be the output for this array? Reload it. Same one. Okay, same prototype will be attached. So for every, just assume. So this array is nothing but constructor. Okay, or else it is a class. Okay, so inside this class, that prototype method will be available. Okay, if you have created any array from like using this particular class, so this particular prototypical methods will be inheritance. Okay, inheritance in the sense whatever they have created methods, those all these things will be attached to this array. Okay. So this is nothing but prototypical inheritance. So already that language itself, that developers has been created that prototypical methods. We are able to use those methods for every array, whatever we have created. In my device, if I am going to create an array, I am able to use same methods. In other devices also, if they are going to create an array, they are going to use same methods. So just array dot prototype. So array dot prototype. See, so whatever we have discussed, methods, all these things will be available. So this array dot prototype will be attached to this individual arrays whenever you have created. Not only for arrays, objects, strings, whatever it may be, for everything prototype will be available. So in JavaScript, whenever you have created any data type variable, so it will be attached to one prototype. Okay, so MDN array methods. So here they are going to display array dot prototype dot push. We have not used here. Array dot prototype dot at array dot prototype dot dot concat. So like this, they have used prototype. Okay, since it is an object, prototype is also an object. So it is an constructor. So array. Okay, array is an class which is going to create an instance object dot prototype available inside. Like this is a class object, right? So from this object, we are extracting prototype. Inside prototype, we are extracting this method. Okay, directly, if you are trying to extract fill, also it will work. Okay, so same we are directly attacking with this particular methods. We are not in attend like appended that prototype in between that. Okay, if you are working directly, also it will works. But to understand, it is easy. Okay, array dot prototype dot prototype dot includes, okay, index of all these things. Okay, now, so how really it will works. So till here clear, right? So for every data type in JavaScript, it is going to attach prototype. So prototype is an object which contains properties and methods, okay, which are useful to that respective data type. So done. So like this, it will works in JavaScript oops. So here JavaScript OOP is nothing but prototypical object-oriented programming language. It is not pure object class-based object-oriented programming language. It is prototypical object-oriented programming language. Prototype. So what is this prototype we have done? Okay. So now, so in OOPS, there will be majorly 4 principles. Any idea on it? Inheritance. Things. So then abstraction, polymorphism. So spelling mistake, no issue. Then again, encapsulation. We will discuss before this all these things. So how many ways we are going to create here object instance? Okay, class. How many ways we are going to create class in JavaScript? So there will be 3 ways. 3 ways. First one is constructor function. Constructor function. Okay. So then again, second one, ES6 class. So now again, so object dot create. Object dot create. So if you are familiar with any one, so rest over things also same functionality wise, whatever this constructor function is able to do. So those things will be handled by this ES6 and object dot create also. Okay, so functionalities wise, all are same, syntactically difference. That's it. Okay, so we are going to see first constructor function. Okay, so how to declare normal function? Function key, function name, then again name of that particular function. Okay, so if it is, so just I'm going to create here. So if we are working on constructor function, not normal function. So whenever you are working on these objects, okay, so just remember that name of that particular construction function will be starts from capital letter first. Every time whenever I'm using constructor way to create an array, I'm using capital A to start array. Similarly, capital O if it is object, string capital S, like the same. Here, capital name we need to use whenever you are creating class using constructor function. Done. Okay. So now what we need to do? So we need to use here this keyword to attach to its particular constructor, which is here constructor function is the parent for this keyword. If I use this keyword inside this, it will be attached to this constructor. So this dot. So first I'm going to take name as my parameters. So name year. Okay, so name year are the parameters. So here this dot name is equal to name. Okay, so this dot name is equal to name. Similarly, this dot year equal to year. Okay, so what is this means? So I have just created a constructor function. So inside this function, it will act as object instance. Okay, so for that object, we need to accept two parameters. One is name, another one is year. Year. Okay, so whenever they have passed these two arguments, so on that time, this name will be attached to that respective object. Whatever he is going to create, that respective object will be attached with this name. Okay, this dot name. This is going to point out the current object dot name. So how to like just assume let obj is equal to is an object. If I need to add any properties, how we are going to add? Object dot name is equal to name we are going to pass, right? Okay, like this we are going to add new properties inside an object. Same here. Okay, so this points to the current object, whatever he has created. Then again, dot name is a property name is equal to, so this parameter, this name. Okay, done. So now, so I have just created basic constructor function, which is class. Now, const. So just to take, you can just take whatever it may be. So I'm just taking const uh, Peter is equal to new keyword I'm going to use. Why? Because we are working on class constructor new. What is our constructor name? Constructor name person. Okay, this is variable name. Variable name. This is constructor name. Okay, from this constructor class constructor, we are going to create an object. So this is a class constructor. Okay, using functional constructor, we have created it. Okay, so from this functional constructor, which is class, just assume it is a class. Okay, using this particular class, we are going to create an object. Okay, so here, this is a constructor function object name. Okay, so constructor name person. So what are the arguments we need to pass? So name I'm passing as a string Peter. Then again, I'm passing year 1995. Okay, so now just try to console dot log Peter. So Peter is an object. Okay, let's try to print. See, so it will be inherited from person name Peter year 1995. It has been created. Same. We need to create for multiple objects. So one more object. So Jessica you need to pass here Jessica. So then again 1980. So if I try to print Jessica object, Jessica object. See, it has been created. Same, it will work as like it is an class. Okay, it is an class. So, but by using constructor function, we have created this class. Okay, using constructor function, we have created this class. So here, our constructor name is person. Okay, so this is a person constructor function. It will accept two arguments, name and year. Whenever you have passed these things, it will be attached to this name and year. So here, what is this is going to do? So actually how this constructor function will works as, so first this new keyword is going to create empty object. Empty object has been created. So for this empty object, this keyword will be attached. This keyword will be attached to it. Okay, to it for the constructor function. The constructor function. Okay, so then again, so once this keyword will be attached to this object, okay, so this keyword point out this constructor function, right? So whatever the properties available, those objects will be inherited inside this method. Okay, so those things will be properties will be attached. Okay, so constructor function function properties. Then again, it is going to return an object. So this function is going to return an object. That object contains name property and year property. Okay, like this it actually works. You just try to understand like this. Okay, it will be easy to remember. Now, see, person class I have just taken. So from this class, I have just created two objects, Peter and Jessica. So like this, I am able to create n number of objects. From the same object, we are able to create n number of objects. Okay, so what is the use of these particular things? No need to rewrite again and again same code. Okay, so we have just wrapped one template. We have just taken one template. Class is nothing but it is a template. Okay, it is in one template. From this template, we are going to create n number of objects. So here, suppose if you have created an array, so just assume this is an array prototype. Okay, so array one, we have just seen, right? Array one. So array one is going to get all the methods from the array prototype. Prototype. Okay, so same array two will get. Okay, so like this n number of things. Similarly, just try to assume what exactly it will happens. Whenever you have created constructor function class, it has been created. Constructor function class has been created. For this constructor function, there will be prototype. Okay, the language itself, it is going to attach default prototype. So just I'm going to mention here c dot p or else c dot proto. Okay, so it is constructor. Okay, so I have just created constructor, then constructor prototype will be attached by the language itself. Now, by using this constructor, I have created Peter object. Okay, Peter object I have created. So whenever it has been created, the language itself, it is going to add prototype, which is Peter object. So Peter prototype. Okay. Peter prototype. Peter prototype. Then again, this object is created by using this constructor function, right? So then this constructor prototype will be also attached to this Peter object. Okay, so then if you have added any methods inside this constructor function, those methods will be available inside this object also. Okay, just assume this is an array constructor and array constructor prototype. Okay, so whenever you have created an array has specific prototype. Okay, so if there is no prototype, it will be just get that particular array prototype, array constructor prototype. So whatever the array constructor methods are available, those things will be available here also. Okay, but for array, there is no two prototypes, just only constructor prototype is going to inherit. But here, Peter is an object, right? For this, Peter has its own prototype, its own proto. Then again, it will be created by using class constructors. Okay, so for class constructor function. Okay, so this proto will be also attached. Okay, now total how many prototypes are available for Peter? Two. Okay, this is, so it will not attach, it will just points to the same address. So where this prototype has been located in heap. Okay, so same address it is going to locate. Okay, similarly, Jessica. I have created Jessica object. Okay, so same Jessica object is going to create its own prototype. Then it is also points to the same constructor prototype. So now, so what we are going to do? Just try to check. So Jessica and Peter, I have just printed it. Reload person. Okay, this is going to comment one. Prototype, constructor, inside one more prototype. Okay, so it is its own prototype. So again, one more prototype. So it is object own prototype. Object own prototype. Inside this constructor prototype. Okay, constructor function person, constructor prototype. Inside this methods will be available. Okay, so just try to add one method here. Okay, so how to add methods for constructor function class? Person dot prototype dot calc age or else, okay, age calculator also fine, whatever it might be, age calculator. Okay, so is equal to, we need to create a function, okay, which will calculate the age. Okay, anonymous function I'm taking. So here, this dot, okay, this dot age is equal to this dot year minus, sorry, 2025 minus this dot year. Okay, so okay, I'll try to return it. This dot age, or else or directly we will write here this method. We will just check whether it is working or not. It is working, okay, fine. We'll just check whether it is working or not. So now, mhm, okay, we will just check. So now, if this is a method I have created, age calculation. Okay, so to get this particular method, we need to use, so it will be attached to Peter. So I have just attached this, like I have created method for this person constructor. So by using this person constructor only, I have created these two objects. So now this method will be available for these two objects too. Okay, so now Peter dot age calculation. Just call it, since it is a method, we need to call it. It's not coming. console.log. So we will pass here 30. Okay. So if I pass here just 2000. So what will be the expected output? 25. Okay. So like this, it is going to attach. Same. I have created Jessica object using this same constructor, right? Person. So now I am able to use same method Jessica dot age is going to do that same operation. Okay. So we are able to use this method one whatever we have created for individual constructor person. So those methods will be inherited to the individual objects. So now try to check here Peter. See, it is an own prototype. Inside this, age calculation will be attached. So similarly, you can just add properties also. Okay. So whatever you have add properties, person dot prototype dot what will pass city. Okay, city is equal to, so I'm going to pass Chennai. Property is also available. Okay, so same methods, properties will be holded inside the prototypical object. Clear. So like this, we are going to create methods and properties for this constructor function. Okay. Clear? Any doubts till this point? So like this only they have used that particular array methods. Okay. So they have created method name. Okay. So then they have assigned some task to that particular method. So it is going to do same that specific task. The same rate pattern. Just assume it is an array dot push. Okay. So same. So now if you need to add any new properties directly for array dot prototype. Prototype dot. So just these are the array prototypical methods available in JavaScript language. So if you need to add a new prototype, so reload it. Array dot prototype dot name and passing. Okay, so basic for example, so just pass here Peter. It will be added to array prototype. Array dot prototype. Okay. Enter. See, it will be attached. Okay. So, but this particular method, this particular property will never ever available for all the users. Okay. So only for you, it is just displaying, but it is not available for all the users. Okay. No, for only for this page. Okay. Once if you just remove, will be not array dot prototype has been removed. Okay, so just for our understanding purpose, are we are able to add any properties inside that array? So if it is object, we are able to add it. So same here. So here I am able to add it. So I am able to add here person dot prototype dot. So person dot prototype dot city. So it will be added to this constructor function. Same here. This array is coming from the constructor. To show that I have just given that example. Okay, dot name, if I just given this, it is adding in real array prototypical object. Okay, so if that method is really helpful, so అది నిజంగానే ఎవరికన్నా యూజ్ ఉంది అంటే so we need to write a mail to this JavaScript developers ECMA. Okay, so if it is really helpful for the developers, they are going to cross check with this, they are going to add it. So again we need to update our browser, that's it. Okay, so then those respective methods will be available for all. Okay, like this, it will. It's clear. Any doubts? Clear. So this is the first way to create class using constructor function. So okay. So if you are okay with this particular way, just keep it. So again, we are going to see this ES6 class also. So what is the difference between ES6 class and constructor function? Functionalities, right? Both are same. Syntactically, it is different. So why? Because earlierly, 2015, before 2015. So there will be a lot of people working on Java. Okay, Java or any other object-oriented programming language. So whenever they have just switching their domain to this JavaScript, so only constructor function will be available to create a class. Okay, to create class, only constructor functions are available. Okay, they are going to like they are coming from complete object-oriented programming language, which is class based. Okay, so once they have coming from there, so they will feel difficulties here to create class instance or else class. Okay, to work on this, they will feel difficulties. So that is the reason they have introduced class-based constructor. Okay, so same till here. Any doubts? No. So here class keyword I'm going to use class. So then again class name we need to pass. Same. I'm going to pass person. Okay. Just try to create. I'm going to use this. So for every class constructor, sorry, for every class based a class, there will be a constructor. Okay. So constructor. So it is mandatory. So this constructor will accept parameters. However, here it is accepting it. However, here it is accepting parameters. Same parameters we are going to pass inside this constructor. Name, year, year. Okay. So then again inside this constructor, we need to point out this keyword. This dot name is equal to name. Same. This dot year equal to year. Done. So I have just created let John is equal to new keyword. Okay. So I have just created class. Okay. So these are the properties inside the constructor. So new person. So for this, I'm just passing John 2000. Okay. So now try to print console.log John. Name is John. Here is 2000. Yes, same. However, that constructor function will works same exactly it is also, but syntactically little bit difference. So, but when coming to the class based constructors, so it is really helpful whenever we are working on React. So same we are going to see. So in React there will be two types of components: class based, functional based. Okay, functional components, class components. In class components, we are going to use same class we are going to create. Okay, so which is important, but try to understand this functional components first. If it is familiar, then work on this. It is also easy, syntactically difference. That's it. Okay, so now if I need to add any methods, so for this particular class person, okay, how it is? So here person dot prototype dot so name or whatever method it will works. So both will works. This is also works. Then again, easier way is next to this particular constructor method. So it is constructor method. Next to this particular constructor method, we need to mention. So what is our method name? Calc age. Done. Okay. So try to create here return. 2025, or else I'm going to create here grid. Grid or info, whatever it might be. So return or else console.log. So console.log. So backticks. I need to pass dynamic variables. So I'm going to use backticks. So hello dollar this dot name. Okay. So okay, fine. This fine. Okay. So now what I need to use? John dot read. Check. Hello, John. Okay. Same. Here it is easy. Whenever you need to working on properties or methods, it is easy. Okay. If you need to add properties, just try to add here itself. Okay. What are the properties you are going to working on? Age is equal to, so like this. You can just add properties. Okay. Same that. Start data. No. Directly we can add which yeah, here itself it has been added. Sorry. So here itself it has been added. Okay. So like this, you can just add methods. So both methods is going to get. If you have created one more method, so one more object, both are going to be able to access those properties and methods. So mark I'm going to pass here anything. See, both are going to get this age property. And again, that greet method. Okay. So whatever you have created inside this class, same methods will be available for objects, whatever the objects you have created using this class. Okay. Done. Any doubts here? Okay, fine. Till here it is fine. I'm going to stop. So I'm going to share tasks of this specific concept, basic tasks. So try to complete those. Okay.